Nimbula. Ula ni boli bina ka bina bale bina sema te kumaina ka bini kua ni kola singa lutu levu na ika vitu kaono ni singa ni bula o machi na bula keli ngosa oti te ngona walu e na tin kantua na miniti mai viti marotaka nirto sa sema romingo na nontato marama karto sureti te kumai merto mai lewena tiko na iwata ni kua e na viva kongeti ke na veiwasei membaleta na non the singa na marama International Women's Day that is coming up this Saturday singa bakarawai ia on mananuma me da wili singa to kaya ni me ne kawali singa au nanuma me dona vulangi enan dona singa mana singa moniti ngole me kino fesai tu solomoni nanta tu maram ni rotuma o tia sangkai taraba ma Dr. Francis Koya wakauta marama ni Samoa Viti India pakatalan ngakina na singa ena nikua siama sarti ko New York vi amele tambuya tarkinkini marama randini ambassador ni United Nation mai New York ngosa keni kava ni nonda to itu tuba ni Talanoa ve irana marama au mara taksar nirto sa se maramengo kasarani tekabuna nonda Talanoa ia me bakana keni bala vi kemina dokila warakir na kena bo merasema mai au sa ding takatung kwento na sere me le tekabuna na nonda Talanoa me ge warakir na kena bo merasema mai ia me bakani kito matatakatiko na ve indu ya sana au nanuma me nanding tek matanga nanungu sere ondo ding takaboli me kemendo warong tuan keni balangi na sere na bonondo moni na bulata bangata siama tikmikina na sere kwento siama tikenda patake do rongo binaka Totoka baka wote na kankana unitaka nini na marotaka nimbula binaka. sa Totoka Waka na serengo da marutaka ni Ranimindo Lavatiko na nonta Talanoa en bongi benaka ni ku wabi di binaka berto na Marama sureti erto sa sema mengo erto Totoka Waka na kerto rirai kito marutaka na nito sa Waka mai me kito na mai Talanoa ka veiwasei saranga en nungu batabate na nonta viva kungeti da viva kailonga taki au klani sora vi kairo tiko na lomani madongo madao sao tika wakame tiko ya babala tiko sona nonda mbuli ni vi maliwai wako sibi vi kenda na Marama itoke au nitaka na vitalo ni kua me viso taka na nonda rai menda vilo mani wakalevu da vilo mani wakalevu kanda viva kongeti talanga ya verto na Marama viokani erto sa lori toko ngoe na nongu mona libo-libo ngo toksarangango na Marama Mereseini Baleilevuka sema tiku mingo koe mena sesabakara o koe na dana baka pertania she is an online digital and entrepreneur. Yeah. Sagai tiko na to lovo kui le weekend na sakila o Elisabeta Waqa en ngai wase tiko ko so na bika satu wala tiko na bika na yada tiko en vida na mava ko tumai ni tubu ni nona sasanga wakabuli sagai tiko talanga na Marama o Fane Saumaibulu o klani bunga bika mnio ni sakila na tambana ni buli kan kena kor ni buli ya teka butaka kaliutaka tali tengah ngonongo na Beacon Learning Center. Totoka baka woti na nona sasanga na Maramongo may na tika bu bibir na ngoni lalaisar sa yatongo kinandon na buli bira na ngoni buli tordake bira na secondary school. Sangay tiko talaga ko na Maramando lang sir. Egi Vakaloloma dini wasos tiko ko ran bongi kuwa da maruta ni bangalal tiko mo ka mesema mai en bongi binakongo to la kere to manda merto na bakambula weekend na bakarongo Mereseini Baleilevuka kere munite ko mai to salangay da wirsombu verto la kenabo mai
Napakalev Dr. T. Do sambulo binak na Marama, nimbulo binak talanga na turang na Marama, the robo kinangon eleo, ni semati ko mai, and anito we Talanoa and ambong ni kua. We keminisang ni kiliaos, yon isang garevia wakantua, na dangunga Mereseini Baleilevuka, o yau dabutuma na koro uruane, and anu yano nombalavu, o baso na koro tumbou, and anu yano kola kemba, ya awakawati sa rain-rainba, inabosa, au kata tu bangga sini buli en loma ni rusa ngabul na mbaki te ku mena tin ka viwa wal sang bul ka tolu au ngai mai kere me baka vengo nanga sini buli ni ngau na e wote rusa ngabul na mbaki ni mai te ku butaka en dono korri buli ni buli bos baba balangi en nandi ka wa mai benga raptuki ni me ba ni wote tin ka walu na mbaki au ngai mai baka vengo iti ko na mbaki ronondo rusa ngabul karua senga ni wa baka vengo binaka wa baka vengui baleta ni wabi atu unduri na bending dingi au mani unduri na bending dingi namba kron ondol rosabul karua ya au baka bin binak nakalo ni tu no na itu botu ba biau enang nanggo au sabi di baka tingana nunggu bisnis kau baka takai ti ko yau into na online digital entrepreneur kau sao tinggo rosabul na bula na nunggu di baka tingana nunggu bisnis au tiko ening ko esuba dina ni uba tiko may nandi au tunggo suba na nunggu beng karabi tiko na tamban lima tentu na Public Service Commission nindo vera to na commissioners au may tuki nanggo suba na nonta korturanga binakabali ko bek ngaya na kau be baka madalata kami baleti au Dr. T kay kim do na Marama binakabali
nakabali besar Mereseini to sana bawir sar ngobe egi Vakaloloma kero ni bakam pula matanga mai ka bakam madal teke muni
Vinaka dalo bina nadango Akanisi Vakaloloma au ngani au maram ni tabua levo tabua ando langsere that's my career ando langsere new singing bingo na langsere because I'm an independent recording artist here in Fiji. So apart from singing, although wasanga talanga, ni rage mengo rion au bukila mau juko. Au se andre tu mena wana klo na mata kelelai, au daka pasel ni kuah. Di wana kalau satu pun di mana mai juko talanga na a women's agriculture symposium. So in this agriculture, I'm about to acquire a land. Pokoknya ulak make my network o may barong o may buli na talaga so nakabalita na agriculture. Iyo. Tako mga nakianaliw. Inaka.
Totoka, vinaka vinavakalevu au marotaka na nanda tovi talo ni kua kla na gaiva madal kino Elisabeta tubu ni kua me tovi talo na saranga ka da veiwasei taka ili vuna kava kango to da siang beka ni dakila wakata ki Mrs. Baleilevuka au na numangani ave nga vakadondonu sama ni vakamadal taka mo kwa ni ave via takelo vakalilai na dona vengu kada vuta sarta kami vakadondonu vina vale malo na nomutu ko na mai vakatalanga kina ve egi ni le weekend kilanga na domona kami de dolanga seritu en veivono ke de doronga dia maram talango maram dombuli roti le talanga na ve kavina ka dombulia kando kana vina ka talanga vina vale egi na nombuak madal tabi gosa na kami kila ni sabarundo na nangel vina vale maram tau talaga ronga tiko na keri Talanoa ni wote ko bikim ni no barong tiko mai ke sono no munitaro verto no maramongo nimbita mai na no munitaro na vital nongo vital lo saranga waktu donu waka saba na vale maramatau tongwal sarango be lobo queen Elisabeta Waqa tongai ngwali be Mrs. Fane Saumaibulu naka beta
Para Dr. Sound check man daga
bukarong lili nanto momu beta
Paglilay.
iya rong lilai
Para bang ko.
si rong lili tok nga
Salu batal mo.
iya lubatal manda nimbula binaka ni kani angarong binaka iya rong leo
Oi, ngara ko tadirua mesa ko nga nindo baka fancy na earphone sa dautal. Ano na mo ba earphones patay sa darum bimengo na uda? Iya salu boleh mantanga eh? Iya ni boleh benak kaya sara na semarato kamaya nang bongini kuan do boleh benak talanga na maramo bekan damay ve imbulong bitokan damay Talanoa tokan damay bitokan itokawan na bata benak ang gona kabinak ni kuan Wamadalata kia umbeka nga Elisabeta Waqa Marama ni wadi lakemba mani atulau wasui tokalau kambara mani atulau talanga tumbuda kisaranga may nakoro may wadi wuli and primary school may kia wakakina na secondary school nimbera nindeo may na bangaray ni wuli tina korni wuli na rukuni bentakua andi da kumbau oti may andi da kumbau ito to via disciplinary case bakalaylay isa siyang babe so manggudur ki university sanggay may tuyani ngono estabang madal siya na verto lubengo na tuna lubengo ko sando sa chungo university as giving her options. Kalubengo, you don't need to follow others. You don't need to go straight into university, right? You can take a gap year. Kasar ko china muka gap year talanga ya katalewa na gap year. Kalewata niya na gap year. Iya, kurang oner sa gap year to by choice. Nakakita awal may bikito siyang. Lewa sarangata niya ita gap year ni sa siyang boy beso mawete dur. But anyway, Rika todo kaya errao nindoyado. But the main thing is for you to accept that it is not the end of the world. Pekem nimbeka nangon elewa se dorbo ni siamati kumbek mai sibikan tani tumbutumbu. Dalam maleng kataka ni rasa siang beka ni adu kina koribul torda kawir na luben. That is not the end of the world. Tiko tale sona bing basungani ngoni sala en gaindola bona kalu weekend. Iya, nanongko ito sa may bakapulia, may adoba ni usamay durawa mo takabakay ng bange, dawa siya bakalebu. Na doon na yung bakininongko gapi ko Dr. T, Nang bakininongko gapi Kela da sabi muri-muri ti ko nga may ba bulio ti may. Sangaw na may ni dur ni university ni USP pat ki FIT. Sara dur-dur ko. Sangay benda beto kay no Elisabeta Iya. In fact, I was looking through my files. At tunga biyaw na nung file na nung report na form 5 to 7. And even the forms that I was meant to fill to complete for my scholarship if I wanted to continue my education. Da may vimurmuri ba sivia. Siya nga ni maningarabi na bika kevengo. Iyo, sangge may tu, nung sa may tu, sa may tu sarto nga nandun na bulan ni bengarabi wasi ginamag kay. Iya, ninda tu bararabi. Ado nangau na yo sangge indo facing todo ko nung talila yo tiko bulkin. Turangan ni kandabu. Double pep. Sangken do la sendiri kina na mobile sa landline. Iyo. Au sangken do lain recho kumayo na classifieds na page ni classifieds. Iyo. Uno nga lalaki no sangken do tambe to kay na rumu sa tiga buna bol. I remember going so so humble as to start applying for cleaning jobs. Nongo kilana nongo strength na nongo kilana nongo level of intelligence. I had accepted the fact that I need to get somewhere. I need to fund myself. Sa singin dua, nung bubale, embole review yani se me kawai, oyo musa sa sang taka endo na kami balitiaw. So I went right down to that. Sa tiga mo apply na biba no paya. Tiga mo apply mo cashier. I remember applying to Hot Bread Kitchen. I remember applying to places like that. Gendon na singa kirusot gendon na menong gumomo tiko na Westpac tukon saro ko ya ba mo apply may ng bangke ngono ya sabakaw le tiko mo sa lose hope baleta na apply chum nda ngamen da clean ay sang chum nda giriti bay aw mani bol sa ray ng bangke na Westpac imbuto nong bola sangay weekend na ngolit tumay kinan doon at wakango ngas ni bulitik may bir kami ketungol tibir ketungol asiti ko nga may kasa then nanggir may usama may interview ng bangke ng Westpac may tigabuki na nanong katakataka ng bangke may tini na yung baki oti sa tigabu na takataka sanggay chiko nga nanguting nga niya longo may ubuli mau ba ko tiyan nanong buli na university tigabu na buli sasama na nongko sa ndo kina na extension sendo chiko na Fiji Center iriwanga iya da sento ngole chiko na suka nga takataka sa on the masivaya like kalasi na Fiji Center. Yo, gamit ako sa naku. Kendarong guys, bili kadala na singi bili kadala. Siya nga niya tala ni kendar na revised timetable. Mga na sa on kin na curfew Iyo. Aung kay lako to ni nabuno ni bitarong ina kabin singa isa. I took a day off. Mau baru takiya na bitarong. I was so ready. I had taken mathematics in that year. And I used to love mathematics. I still love mathematics. Sama ni nanito pepa andun may na 5. Iyon, guys, on na curfew, bakaw tali may bikim, kaya nga na, si Meli. Si bakaw na mailbox. Iyon, kaya bakaw tali may bikim, na revised timetable. Mangay 5 ya, may sao, tinabitarong O Elisabeta, o dito ka na ba sa laindan beto kay Katria Holly Tumba. Sabu lito nga ni basing libo sana numayo sang libas ng libo to nga kya I'll meet with my classmates, we discuss before we go in. Isa, you can imagine my shock and disbelief and sala ko bata kaya nga kinabayal later kya nangaw na sometimes you sa this is so unusual siya nga nimbawang 2 and about 3 Lala na banonggo. Ngay sa uci to kana 5 sando bira to na nunggu buli wati talanga sa durmay tumba. Kasarta ka. Ang people starts at 5 sabi ko po. Lakoy kala bitarong vital no bat kirto naman tutors. Na bitarong ya sa to sumay. But why I'm sharing this? May kya tangutu besar tunga I was broken-hearted, I must say. Tasongo sarang apakan dua. Senga tali ningai lesu berto nungu tiutas, senga tali ningai mbau bia bola lesu tali setap sa. En dua kai tasongo iki abiau. Maina nungu sasanga bakabuli. So I discontinued my studies. That was back in 2000. Sangai toso tiko na vaka nambange o te tinamba ke sangai na numa. Sarere me gravital mandana bul. Sangai le vakatal na enrollment. 2012, graduated in 2015, started working as an auditor, and then I got another scholarship to do pursue my master's. And the Viti na ngandre ni biawuli kwa seti ko mai sengai tumbo da kete ko mai. So I got a scholarship. I went and pursued my master's. Sale da kabungo sa Master of Science. Just a background story. I was always a science student. Ngono sa membukin na mo sa may buli sa wanya sange keria o nganing ko batanga garabati ko mengo buli. O iko mo tauri science. Tauri accounting. Baleta ke bakayan duan business na binakati minduri. We have an accountant. Yeah, so I adopted his dream from that point onward. Something I will never recommend to us mothers, to us parents. Allow your children to live and pursue their dreams and not yours. When I saw the opportunity, I pursued my master's degree in the science field. So I came back with an MSc in Biodiversity Conservation and Sustainable Development in 2018. I started my own consultancy then after a few engagement with USB. And I've been a consultant since until being awarded this other scholarship at the end of last year to pursue my PhD, which I am soon going to be starting. Another hat I wear is a business. I'm an entrepreneur as well. But I guess of all these hats, the one that I value and treasure the most is my motherhood. Nangoy kade baka maramatina. Going don tikin and bimbin don do bel. May beira kede. Nay kade sena itavi. Sena vaka sena rao kambiaka wakabuli. O may to kine nangonong ko. Bingarabi beira na marama. Tutalituk nga na ito bingarabi beira na marama randaw panggar bebo ketu mai begitu tiko na nito ngon sal ni betoka ni batakira so na ngon sal lalai dasara ni bebo ketu kin yendo ngana kaundo talita ka mau buna uda balebu na nonda betoka ni ba marama ito okay nonda betoka ni ba ito okay menda be menda sale ba kabatinga na bola sautu dokteti samba dito sa natali mango musa sole mandeni bekemni
Pila nakavali usar Totoka bakauti na nomu wasema na nomu ile lako marta nomu tukunu maya nomu gap year me bakanda kila na gap year so na gap year ya tuvani mai ya so na gap year ya bakasuri mai ya marta nomu wasema ya beta
iya betar gepi lewa sarang atanya bang nundun
ya da kere da nante da la ko rumah mai e vakai buli buli kan tiko kina ve ka vina ka tiko ngoi matanta to marata
dina
sara
sa
vale
dina
ya
sa
na no to vital no ni ko na viva ko ngeti vi roba ko rong tiko mai vi kem ni na marama vi kem ni taranga natural ke ba vi vina kan vi kem ni na di wati ke mami na di tamai ke mami na ni mami momo ni barong tu mai bina ka lebu na nom ni lomani ke mami na marami ke mami rawata tu na veka ke mami mai rawata tungo vosi verto na boni maram verto na orto tikungo na no to program merto mi wase na no orto talanoa tolo wal selain gobe maram gas ni buli fane Saumaibulu kero ni baka bulu matanga mai ka ga baka madal takatal nga mai na no mutambana na Beacon Learning Center malo fane
Dong boleh na Marama. Tomando ba bang madal te nga. Nadango Fane Saumaibulu. Marama ni ngal keruo matukulau. Au wasui wadi laki balau. Tule limiti ng bendu. Awa right now I sit as director of Beacon Learning Center, which is a private school. You don't know my
He's being
father.
modest. She was the founder and she is the director.
So I was, my background is teaching. My mother is a teacher. I think I was inspired by my mother. I grew up in an environment where a lot of my aunties as well. I come from a family of teachers from my maternal side. So the entirety of my life growing up, I was always in a classroom setting or always in the company of my aunts who were teachers, always going to an event where teachers were, where students were. Yeah, so growing up, I think it was meant to be for me to be a teacher. But in fact, during my high school days, my interest was in agriculture. I excelled in that subject. I loved farming. I loved gardening. Coming out of high school, my dream was to attend. Anyway, the day they offered taking a scholarship. At that time, scholarships were offered, so it came to us. We didn't have to go out and look for scholarships those days. Scholarships were institutions that offered scholarships came to our high schools, and I always considered us that generation a very privileged generation. Yeah, I was looking forward to that week, that final week after the week before exams. The week before exams, Fiji School of Medicine would come in with their scholarships. University of the South Pacific would come in. Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, all these institutions would come in. Unfortunately, the whole entire week, from Monday to Thursday, I was taken ill. And I didn't attend school from Monday to Thursday. And I knew in my heart that I would not be eligible because I would not be applying for it. So the Friday that I finally attended school, the only institution that came in was LTC, Totoka Teachers College. And that was the only FAB? Scholarship. I had to apply for Totoka Teachers College. I had no other choice. And then being the eldest in the family, I came from a family where my parents were mediocre when it came to earning power. So I knew that they were in no position to manually pay for my fees. So when that offer came to apply for scholarship, I had to go for it. I didn't want to apply for any other institution. And sure enough, I got the scholarship. And LTC was the way to go. My dream to to go to Halafua and pursue my dreams in agriculture. Never eventuated. And today, as I speak today, I would never ever see myself in that field. I love teaching. Teaching is my passion. Teaching is my forte. I was born to teach. And then I graduated from LTC in 2000. We are the millennial graduates. And then in 2017, I taught until 2017 in various public schools. And then in 2017, I decided something happened that made me not want to teach ever again. We had class tosa tiko nangona san renre oira tambangone nangona ni kuai, with children's rights coming in, and parents as well. Truth be told, parental expectations now, especially with children's rights encroaching into the profession, it's really difficult as for teachers to do their work passionately because of all these restrictions. We've got so much restrictions, so much guidelines, and and with unreasonable expectation from parents as well. So I was involved with the disciplinary committee of the school, and when we were called in, the child, because I disciplined a student, and because of the discipline, I got into trouble. And you are not fit to be a teacher. Oh, that pierced my heart, because the parents don't know that I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'm in school 6 o'clock in the morning, and I come out of school 9 p.m. That's the kind of teacher I was. I was absolutely passionate. My drive was children who didn't know how to read. Children who did not know how to read was the reason why I go to work, show up to work every day. Yeah. And for the parent to tell me, just because I disciplined their child, and for the parent to tell me, you are not fit to be a teacher, because they don't know what I put myself through, the sacrifices I make. Sometimes we'll go without food, or my salary will go to, military public school. We are under-resourced. My gosh, more like underpaid back then. Underpaid, under-resourced. So yeah, most of my pay would just go to shopping. My shopping cart would fill with children's resources. That's how much I loved my job. Yeah. So from that moment, when I was told that I don't ever want to teach again, ever. But sometimes in life we have to go through that, to move from our comfortable position, from where we're comfortable, because God wants us to move. But realizing that we are so comfortable, we don't want to move because we are comfortable in that area. But God knows. I always believe that our God is a God of prosperity. He wants us to move, and keep progressing, because there are areas of influence that we are born for. So after staying home for about a year, I stayed home for a year, moping in my misery. But then I decided, I'll go back to school. I applied for scholarship. I applied for scholarship at USP, which I did. I got a scholarship to further my studies. When I came back after completing my studies, I decided to open a kindergarten. Which I did from our home. I asked my family to move to my parents' house, which they did, reluctantly did, but they finally did. Yeah. And in 2017, I started a Beacon kindergarten with only 15 children and 2 teachers. Yeah. So with that kindergarten, now fast track to 2025, we have, from that 15 students, we now have 300 plus students. We have 23 staff, and we have ECE, we have fully fledged primary school from years 1 to 8. We've now ventured into high school. We are now at year 10. And my baby, I'm so proud of my baby, our Shining Star Center. This is a facility that caters for children with special learning needs, specifically autism. Oh, these children are my pride and joy. They are the reason now. Before it was kindergarten, now it's our Shining Star students. These are the reason I wake up in the morning and come to work, show up, dress up, show up, because of these children who need our assistance daily. Yeah. So that's me in the nutshell. Yeah. But I'm thankful to the government for all the basic training. Civil service is just, I've always said the best foundation any profession, civil service, because you learn to make do with nothing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Saranga.
It builds your character. It builds you in a lot of ways. So where I am now, I'm thankful.
Still doesn't impress me. Still doesn't sway me to work. I've refused to work in the public sector from way back
but the
then.
skills I developed, the character that I have now, I attribute it to the civil service.
Wow.
Because I've been through a lot of mentoring with, especially with the senior experienced lot, that generation. Oh my God. Oh, untuk tango nunggu staff, well, you could never compare the generation now to the last generation. Man, I take my hat off them. Without them,
I count
wouldn't be
myself. I think I count myself blessed. Then, I'm in between generations. If I'm translating this correctly, I'm sorry. I just wanted to add to the hats that I wear. Like Eggy, I'm also a singer.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eggy, you got competition?
Eggy, I'm
Yes,
emerging entertainer. Well, I love to sing, even though the tunes might just chase people away. I love singing and dancing. Yeah, Dr. T, I'm just looking at something that a friend of mine sent.
Yeah.
Behind every strong woman is a story that gave her no choice. And I think we heard bits of it from the introductions this evening.
Absolutely.
A story that gave her no choice. Behind every woman is a story that gave her no choice. We've heard what Aggie has mentioned in her introductions, how she is now acquiring a piece of land, what were the barriers to her progress in the dreams that she had. Aggie, what was your passion? What was your dream growing up?
Sorry, my introduction was short because I thought I'll be here for a short time. But sitting here, all the awards has been given, so I've missed the part. So it's okay. When I was growing up here, I think so. My introduction was short. Let me start again. And then I came to Suva High School in LDS. I was a pure science student. When I went to FIT, I only Tori commerce. So I have a diploma in office admin. But after that, then I ended up singing. So now I'm lang certificate because that was my passion. Because I come from a very humble beginning. I come from a very humble family, and my family is a family of singers. But I never had a vibrato voice until I came out of high school. And attending LDS, music was it's a thing, because Master Laive Koso, he was a music teacher when I was in high school. So when I was in high school, but when I finished high school, going on to tertiary, in Salato. So back then, kona FM 96, kona do record when na cassette, kona top 7 at 7, if you can remember that, it's so and then ayun do lang sir, I love singing. O lang sir chukundo na and then I was sangerong the vibrato in my voice. I was hey. And then when I went back to the village, there are some of my cousins or two vibrato voices when they were young. You know to salero with you. Iko chico first iko chico. That's the singer. And so I started singing when ito ako doon na somate inandi klan somate minto may more than ang ni mate and dangay lang sir to me ni mata. So after that we were singing. Okay, there was one man, God rest his soul. He has passed on. And I had everything, but I had the voice, I had the character, I had the attitude, but I'll say because I've never sang in front of a crowd alone. I used to sing in churches, but that was okay because everybody else was there. So I started from there. I started singing for about 3 months. Then that was all. So after 3 months, I was thinking they sold me to $30. And I was like, wow, this is my passion and I get paid for it. So, so it started from there. So I sang for 6 nights. And when I was in Nandi, I stayed at my aunt, Namramani Lakemba. I'll just go back for a little bit. My dad is from Kitay Totoya, but I don't acknowledge that one. Baleta yung susto nga may tavua. That's all the tuntung annual in tavua. And so some nights.
Baka connotation nila kaya ba ya? Baka via negative valley like. Kaya positive mai.
Kailangan na marami ni Lakemba. Her second word was the swear.
Yeah.
So, orto maroyaw tumay for how many years? And mind you, so no, though lang certi is sheltered with those 3 inches heels. You see, that 3-inch heels. Dala ko man na may somboy na usikituro so na shortcut ko win ko ndo cemetery gaya may vale. So oyaw sa do ser nilo tito nga phone me ko So those were the things that I went through until like where I am right now. So there's a lot of stories, but I just want to, for all those women out there that are singing, just keep on singing. Like
See, I will keep on singing. My lavana ya egi. Nava brita se dava ya. Kantu se.
The vibrato.
The vibrato. Sabe que bebe basi que chuk balile na nongo. Eu nangai ba ko chuk mandeni because nango record. But what a lovely story, eh? I was just wondering, did you know? So nanguna endo lako maybe como pasuta katali na no mo dreams as a girl, as a teenager?
Because when I had kids, that was when everything changed. So they were my responsibility, and I stuck on like singing. But now I was just singing lang certain. That's why the wasang talaga, because that's what I saw with my mom and my grandmother. So because we love to cook, and so we want to share the goodness in our cooking to everybody else and make money out of it. So yeah.
I know that.
And I think, adding to what Beta just highlighted with you, Egi, and it's interesting with Fane, your dream to go into agriculture. Look, Egi has started her dream now. So what's your plan now, Egi, for your land?
I had plans before I came to this symposium. When I was sitting inside here today, hearing all the women sharing their success stories, because I just came back last week from Australia. I was like 3 months. Mele sa sangat tak na to premium na saw ni premium. So when I went, the Lord had other plans for me. It was my crushing season. It humbled me to my core, and it made my relationship with the Lord closer.
Amen.
So it was it was a different story altogether. So also saw my mama sangerto so lemon go 6 weeks. We go so much mama. So nanongula ko with all these success stories. And it has just, because there are grants, there are funds out there that we do not know about. So I'm here, with UNAID, with there's a lot of other women's NGOs that do this. So, sa via matutong sa ramera ng gele, masalag sarangan ti.
Totoka.
Man, look at this, Cassandra, and as women, whatever you put your mind into and around. So, Aggie, we're looking forward to see what's going to eventuate from your farm. And if I may ask, is your farm in the west?
Siya nga, ito nga ngo. Wala ka tayo story.
Oh, boleh ketok. Oh, okay. Sandon. So
Okay, again, coming to you.
Keep us in the
Yes,
Wala pa
please,
ka
I do my agriculture farming on your land.
please come. So apart from singing, my street feeding. So it has been 5 years now, and I thought this year there's a step up a line. So when I was there in Australia, I have connected to some women in my relationship with the Lord. I was in too, except for Hillsong. And then the last Saturday, to attend to sing a number, gospel number at the interdenominational Sydney prayer breakfast. So Sunday, like orto and don't get like missionaries that are like in I'm sitting there, but I know the stories on the streets of Suba. So I was like, man, irsali solisar chico and we meravina kina na we ngone me na we matentu if only they know the problem in Fiji. So this year nanong street feeding this year na sanga me network irna Marama do voso te ke vos mbimbi ker do during ang salvo sutiao. So that's nanong and this year to network with them once the land is ready, at least half acre man nga, meu nangay network vira, mera lako mera ni daka tekira, mera volita, mera metete, volita for them to stand on their feet before they kila progress. Because for now, they think na volita kini ang onresa, kwasar tungaya na nambulay. And the saddest thing is, tiranganan na itaw kini.
That's right.
So that's my thing now. Once I get the land, I help them.
Oh, amen. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing here.
Yeah.
Totoka bakauti, vinakavalivu maramatau na namuase maya, varong tikgo Fane, na
That's
wala
right.
kutoka ni na namufame
Yeah.
from Nakasi side, sa
Yeah.
tikutra na go nagufam go namuasi, and there's a few of us, women who are also listening in, who can be, of assistance to you,
Yeah.
Ege. Mereseini
That's right.
Baleilevuka, you have any points you would like to share to add on to Ege's sharing?
Vinaka Dr. T, vini minaka kirito na Marama, nanondo to veiwasei tingo mai na redetiko, na bakinimbula ratou tiko kina, watake yao kito vesi saratiko ia vini minaka baleta ratou nangona ratou mai ndono mako ratou nangona renre kila ni oke mai mingona old school kiba misendono makamai ni vosa tiko Fane membaletira na nona ngasni buli, those who taught with her, those who were her mentors at those, in those days, I would see myself as part of that group at that time. Kila nyo yaw, nawate ko humay ng kasinibul na primary, au lela ko na secondary, au wengarabe bakalelay na tertiary, nimbere nyo sangay may dengu, may tekibutaka na koribulya na free bird. Ebe baka ungeti bia na nondo to journey na Marama ito lungo. Ninda reveti ko na kabinikua, ninda baka na numati ko na madha wango na nondo singa na Marama. Kambi imbi bekenda menda reveti ko that okay, na Marama, we can do anything. Kila na yalo tsul bekenda na kalo because he designed us in such a way ni kenda baka sudu ngone tamsakane wasimbimbi, so that caring, that fighting spirit, and atigo bekenda na Marama, and na sasanga takanaka merani rena binakakina na bubale. And not only that, and the weekend, we go out of the box. We think out of the box and we go beyond our comfort zone. Waya new waseti kung baleta new baka sa matakati waya waseti kung nung Talanoa new may baka dingoy. Kila o baka dingoy simber nandun ng ngono mo din kino sa baka dingoy koso. Yeah, kila that was a big shock to me. Kailan baka samantaka au ndoto na senior executive nando na company Au mai veibu kena tau ya batak na kamba ni mele ya na bunua mai toka kina ya o te amengai ni lako mai na politiki au mai vakadingu ia kila na ngano vakadingu kina ya au sa concentrate mantanga ya mo sa campaign mantanga na kani dingi ia na business ko sa di vakatingo o wasa vakarota ke tu mai kina na bakiru na undol rusabul kandua au kilati ko Dr. T kenda ranga mai be Talanoa T ko ena duana au kila bakiru na undol rusabul kandua se early 2022 ia au sare do ti men business ko sa di vakatingo very new baleta ni dakilati ngoni lelebu na online business da katu so era kan scam so ara mai bakalengai na eBay lebu na kara kila mai di bakati kono business baya ya ni mai ada bi na lenga ya I need to do something as a woman, as a mother, as a grandmother. I needed to do something not only for myself wabin kasar mandanga no dakabanga for my mental health. Kila baleta kila ngoro samai dem kinen dona kana nungu bi putu ni lebu ni wasanga ni to setala nungu buli kila ronga te ngone tala no ne beta au mai bakanga tukun chiko fana yo tala ngasul ngana scholarship on tala kon tala buli ngasni buli being the cause of our immigration from the village to lebu kila no ya pasta kan nungu beterung musalak meswan di baka I put, I took it upon myself that I have the responsibility to make sure that to nani make it na winaka nito mbule ibitile baleta ni oya baka puna nito la komai so that was at the back of my mind seeing my mother a widow at nangona kitola ko kina struggle to put food on the table she taught me a lot of lessons. Kela balat nito tu ngame nito kor. Ninong nana maram nito bo ya keto mbula me balav. I went to school there. Keto bakabita din keto leli me kya. I saw how resilient my mother was. My mom I just I honestly I owe a lot to her. That's why no may di ba ka ng business ngo on nakake daw ka to endo la ko na long beken na Marama I look at better I look at my late mother glad to be very honest that's why she's very close to me baleta I see my mom's struggles in better struggles too and for me I went through that kila sa may nung sasanga mai o may bakawati on the waseti my husband and I have always been entrepreneurial in our thinking di na nikaraw nakabangga sinibulirurua but we've always looked at side hustles mendua na kami vakatiko kila baleta ni kenda matabubale kenda biwa and so na lenga na lakumai so that's what we did wasanga bulemba kinero bakama it was always side hustle all the time dona ngona ya may yaden dona lenga may bakdengu tu kinavaka nito ta I was working by myself during that time I stood by him. We opened up a butcher. We opened up a restaurant. We had a farm that had herds of cattle. We invested in real estate. There will come a time that you will need to re-strategize. You are still young. You still have your children to look after. You still have a lot that you can achieve being young entrepreneurs and young mothers. As a 62-year-old, I've taught myself, look at something that you can do to work smartly. So we we've let go of certain things in our journey, and of course, with my husband's medical condition, you know, he suffered a multiple stroke in 2020. He's still okay, but you know, for me as his wife, I felt it's so important for me to make him comfortable. Nongo priority, that's why I've decided to downsize, run this online business because it is flexible. I can do it from the comfort of my home. I don't have to stress myself. I can still earn money while I'm at home. And at the same time, I can continue to serve people. Kila, nakautali takatukinan ng business ko, baleta. It's always within me na bengarabe. Being a teacher, seeing my mom struggle, when I see women struggle, so I try to go out of my way to help, not because I have a lot. It's just because I know what it's like when you don't have it. So I'm always kwaya marataki na business go, and I know ni usama ibakajengu ninda saritaya nanonda hure whatever you have been relying on every fortnight, every month, sana senga kene karua whatever you have saved for your retirement. So you still need to do something. So I used to do VVVs on the world VVV talanga Dr. T. But because of my age, and I'm the only one at home with my husband, sinindo ito kiame, baby ke biya na volta kiyamba na like yamba mai na may tebuka na may viving and all that. It's too much of a hassle for me at my age. So I said, no, I will not do this. Yeah, oya meusa concentrating on online business. Koya onin daw radio to kina that I come online every week, and I partner with women. And these are different kinds of women all over the world. Lebo berna marama kima misang sa tungan bikilay. Kima misanga may bikilay na business ngo. Kwa tali takichukin na business ngo. Because you don't compete. I know what it's like in a traditional business setting. I've been there. I've done it. I know how you have to make sure that you have a competitive edge, that you can edge your rival, that you have something that will make your business different from the next business, which you probably have the same concept. So, na competition at this age, I said, no, enough. You know, I had a Airbnb, I had my hair salon and all that. You know, business go. You like what I saw in this business is just what I love to do, which is empowering women, encouraging women, supporting women in whatever way you can. So my dream, nongo goal to in business go that one day I will be able to support whoever wants me to support them through capital, and a business go. And you know, that is my prayer, that God will help me with this business. And it's amazing how the business brings people together all over the world. It's a global business. So kitos in concentrate ngai Viti, we are all over the world, and we give people enough time for them to carry out their due diligence. You decide for yourself. There is no pressure on anyone to join this business, because when you come here, most important thing is your mindset. You know, I have very close friends who keep coming to me. Open a school. You need to get a school, you know, because I'm a teacher by profession. Open a school. But, you know, I feel in my heart that I'm getting old. I don't have the energy, you know, look in the reveti ko na wagraw nimbulan, non rambulan nangon go, as Fane was sharing. I don't think I have the energy to do that. To me, I'd rather be, you know, consulting, you know, but to be actively involved in opening a school again, or starting an ESL business again, or whatever. I don't see myself there. I want to do something that is easy, is stress-free. I go at my own pace. I'm boss-free, but at the same time, I can help people. Yeah, I can help families. Yeah, because
Okay.
the company that looks after us in this business wants all of us in this business is not only to come in to make money. That is the secondary. The first thing is we must make sure we change somebody else's life. We make a difference in someone else's life. So that's why you get out of your comfort zone, Dr. T. That is the key. And I'm so happy that most of us women are getting out of our comfort zone. But I think, there is a lot that the government of the day, that we need to do as people to support the women. But we can do anything. I tell you, women have so much potential in them because, they can be anything if they are given the opportunity. Kaya, like, matangani kuwa. Lang may ke, raksol may nunguru mo na hotel lang na Marama. She wants to do this business, and she is so excited to go. Talanoa, I shared everything to her, and I said, na business there's always a capital. There's always a capital, whether it's an online business or it's a traditional business, there's always a capital that you need to invest. We talked about it, and I've been thinking about it. How am I going to help the women? Who want to come on board this business? How can we help them start their business because of the capital? But then I've always told people, where there's a will, there's a way. When I started my hair salon, I invested 30,000 there. I know when we built our house, we poured in almost $300,000 there. But with this business, your capital is very small, it's less than 10K if you want to start. But if you have the heart to start, you are willing to start, and you know that you can do it, I believe you can soar like eagles in this business, just like what I am experiencing now. 20 months in the business, I've seen what I've never seen in my 38 years of working a full-time job.
Mrs. B, sana ba sign up tagi ni todo ko yan eh?
Sa senap the coach too.
Ya que tuve a commission ni manda. Thank you so much. I in fact wanted to pull out this this piece of paper from my file.
Yes.
Roba madalati ko na Marama gas ni buliwati in scholarships na ngaunaya.
Yes.
What I have here was the letter from PSC, Fiji Government Local Scholarships. I am pleased to inform you that you have been selected to attend an interview in respect of the above scholarship for undergraduate studies in Bachelor of Education Maths. Kwa tukunati kuninga ila ko may na acceptance sa define tagi sartik nga may na lesson ni daba motor mo biba kabulidikin ay, and that was why I did not go for this one. Yo nungundra tamay ko ya luto talaga may tumbo ko go sir rapya pasaramay na 1997 go. Iyo. Nangaw na ste mbembe kakina eh. Iya, mbembe ngoni sar. Iya, wakasamata ka kwengo ngaw na kima misangay wuli computer kina eh. Si kabo kina na computer na labs kima mile wuli computer ngo na matinika wa type taka. My name is Mademoiselle Elisabeta Torava Mokakalawanga. Taglakot maybe Mokakala ye, say other computer ye. I am a 17-year-old Form 7 student of ACS. I have a lot of weaknesses and problems. I am an art student, but I'm still interested in science. I want to switch to science in the future if it would be possible. I love myself, sign E.T. Wanka. Imagine, because this is something I wrote in 1997 as a young Form 7 student who had no idea, about where the funding is going to come from for her future studies. It's a very good reminder to me at this part of my journey, just looking back at fancy sarangaya dango kendo nung tao fancy sarangaya dango Mademoiselle Elisabeta Waqa maybe sando biba muri-muri tuki na nikata singone I remember wayundo fan ni Scott Wolf Nongo kyo bikali korni uler na kilacho kora mami ambaki bata. Kila do lag tu na magazine ko na posters Nahono ya. Iya, anda kambi wa ka Scott Wolf all around. Iya, signature kan noya iba kami Scott Wolf tu. Kila ndo bate ananda baka fancy. But tali survey ni lutu talanga may natikin pia pongo. It's a good reminder that that fire never really died out. Na nongo passion to pursue science. I managed to do that. When I achieved my Master of Science in Biodiversity Conservation and Sustainable Development. But this time, my PhD is moving more towards the social sciences, in fact, in the gender space. And koya mbimbi sarkina via na kena may solyo butakiti ko na International Women's Day. Bikim do talanga na Marama na agriculture egi kaya baka sa half acre virtu tato sista koyo era ni kota acre mantanga me kaningo le baka tatalo tu mantanga. I love gardening as well, and I also hold a Bachelor of Commerce in Agricultural Economics. So iyo na masara egi na nungu sabaro lako chikoy samo muli baka utia na nongo degree ubiang baba mato balay berto ito din ni kornibuli me ubagaw chiang ay subang kay kaibeo sianga your final units you will need to go to Alafua. So I had to go sa tataw sarsi ko binangguta eta koyo na laki Samoa uli bagaw chiango ada buli dagi Samoa kasarango agriculture ala ba may ataman titi ko niliba ko chiya may kasamo. Kasar ko, hoy, gara titi talaga indo buli. Titi, like to our parents, iran na nonda nangona. But you know, I've always remembered his words. Palatan na ngaw no may tigabu titi kin. Ang kay kila meda ya buli le bundundo nga no musate ko ya palatik sar ngakin. You learn as you you do, as it's a practical field na agriculture. Iyo Totoka sarchu kinabe na nando tundu veiwasei may natatanra ti ko mai kinabe ka to sa may ndui baka dora so we can to no can really subiti ko nga natatanra. For me it never died out for me to pursue my education to reach the furthest that I can reach, and for most of my followers that have followed our journey in the past few weeks, egi o rongo Totoka na nomo sasang membaleta na nomo deposit ningele. Oyewa wakaidho rento na nungu kadhi membaleta na nungu binakata mertuto manyao na lubiango na nungu lako ni PhD ngo satu na nungu scholarship nungu raba na nungu bulio yao iyo kaya baka na kautirto na lubiango awangan reba basa nga bulikan doon dolo meron ni sumikina na upgrade ni health cover to the family cover that I will now need awa wakaidho rento na nungu kadhi ni sole vaki egi na nungu platform. Amazing how God works. Within 24 hours, I had 22,000 received already. So in a week, we collected 43,000. We exceeded the 41,000. In fact, mga tuk sarbang no may nautiti ko nga ninong kila ocho sa membito tumanda ni memory tumanda may kuha man din na update ocho tumanda din na mong update but baka nga update en kina siya la ko nga mesilin kenda na singit tanggeraw paleta na yalo no nakalo iyo iya nanong singay update tinga na bidanga na singay wating ko sampai bolak tal tu ni round la medaya dumay wiran naka iyo ang ano talaga may sapala chukin nakakaila bagi ni tatabasa ni so may na sobe kono iyo sarat teka bu tata mo may iya kata nang rida iya kaya bakit santa min dono nga we do our part. And I believe if we each do our part, kaya tina na nung tabi nung kadi din bebo na sa kadi kaya nakalo kaya bakanta tinata wala nga nung tabi sa nanggay no nga ko na bibarutaki me baka obya boleh kaya daru nga ni kina gindendo aranin do man na nung daru baka tare nando nang nilag nga may ratou na ito deposit ni gelingol kaya tabi po kita kinenya to sa ginumbula sa uto sasanga binakan sasanga chukina. In my case, my education is now delayed because of the financial barriers that I had. wakawasa waseo tina vida na nongo veiwasei. Kitu wasu kitu mo bubalelelevu talanga to bubalelevu ke mami susu ke mai na nona siwa ngau tamangu tinangu tungai ibale ando ni bebu ke ngai bale mai na siwa ngani ta garabi to dog mai ke na ni to buli na lewediwa boli takina ika ronan dol ndo itu ika kaya sa na may wasi baga bidambe kan gain duaro sang bulan tui rosang bul kalima nang ni may yung bula ka wala may kinabi susu sarong garabaraw nga maya buli ni lewediwa yang garabi tal tu nga maya na bibu kita nga ni matintu atu nang unya I remember ndo na kanto ya na remission of fees
Yes.
Iya, remission of fees. Kaya kasama taga pinakatinggoya, that was actually helping blocking ni nonggo lakaduro mamay na secondary school. O tiya sangay may turibakin na scholarship. Esto tala na forms. Ni scholarship o sangay may reda tokongo. Sir Hugh Ragg Scholarship Application Form 1998. Iya kay gora form karakaw ko tumayangan niya kung karapot ko ang bubuli ng ano may. Mo ba kalewen na? Iyo. Mena may reda man ko ang file tao binakasar tungay ng file. Yan bal sa chiko andre bakay labo. Sangay chiko talawetan be bakay keta. The ones that I used and I applied for, so specified like my PSC that I needed to go to teaching college and take up this subject, which I never saw myself as a good teacher. Patayo kilatu na nungwel totolo. Okay, baka teacher, mo lecturer nga. Bato dili ba nga yan Iyo. Kaya nang mubi baka buli di chiko iya. Kilaban na ka chiko nga niyang kung dondo ang nakera wabi pa buli di ni sa fail nga na accounting. Form 3 sa fail nga na accounting, sa fail nga na accounting. Okay, yun mata ka na sugot totol bay. Kita ra buli sot ni. Iyo. Sa tok nga sang rula. Matay niyo na kada la karua. Sa dala nga katul sa darum pipi ko ya rula. Galin total may ro sa kila. Iya maya ang go mayo na kaya kakawanggas nibul ko bakit tumay ang gas nibul
Ko pasa ka totolo.
Ito yung may discipline tag wala siya ko kaya matay tumbi kan yung discipline tag in a corporal punishment. Iyo and I've never seen myself as a good teacher. Okay la na nunggo iyo ko tawa erto kila talaga lubin ko. Kaya baka mong gas nibul mo lecture nga umbita nga ni bike mo baka madala okay la ni binakay na baka madala patience ni matanggal baka madala chiko siyang. And that's also probably why I don't have patience for all the minas that make noises around. I don't have the time and patience for them as well. Iya, Totoka tikdon to veiwasei Dokati na kuanga na nando to veiwasei ti kumbalata how we contribute to our community. Waseti ko yao egi na non nabika sangarabati ko. Vera na non virus yang ni bakapala rupi tauni kaki na berna non tamarama rasando turitu na vetol ningon salang go kebe bakarita katiko may na there's a need ndu na banua lalatiko lalatiko yang andre betu me bakatawani nge okenda bakamarama bakasaba ka vertiko fane na non cornibuli verto na non shining stars go irna special needs ertu enananda ko tiki na baritak to kayo egi ninda to sale to sale bibu kesar kina bibu notaleso enananda to Jerusalem mandanga sengandre basar tunga na bibu kelio sengandre basar tunga na bituli raki engandre batuna bibu kebaya iyo bitum tanga ni bikin to na ulitanga ya na kabine kuwa se dava tu na numa erani rabatu kina na non Marama tu na non special needs se na bika baya na non to the communities ono bitum manda ni be Fane
Fane mai
Sorry, when we're talking about special needs amongst women, Beta, could you just elaborate on your question?
Yeah, just reflecting back on International Women's Day and what we've each shared in how we are impacting our communities.
Okay.
In your case, you have the, what we've seen from the sharings that we've been doing here is there are special needs in our society that there are gaps that really need us to fill.
Okay, let me just Dr. Teo Sanawa was thinking about Palang because of our audience were non it's okay speakers there.
Yeah, go for
So
it.
in my case, what I would like to share is as women, be it we're wearing hat of entrepreneurship or we're career driven, mothers, stay-home mothers, we all have challenges. As I was sharing before, my transitioning from the mountain that I had to go through, trial that I go through at school with being disciplined, how it affected me, and making that choice to stay home because I was hurt. But sometimes as women, we need to go through those things. And what do we do about it? How do we manage emotional turmoils that we go through, and we navigate our way around it so that we make something positive out of it? Because sometimes, we can really take a 360-degree turn and we make bad choices in life. I think for me, and that realization, man, I was not working anymore. I wasn't earning anymore. My children's comfortable life was affected. It affected us in so many ways. The father of my children became the sole breadwinner of the household, and we were struggling. The house, the bank was threatening to seize the house, the car, the vehicle, and we had to go through a lot of relationship issues as well. So it affected the whole family dynamic in a lot of ways. And so for me, it was I had to really reflect on what it is that I wanted. So from the stay home, that I wanted to be a stay home mom, just look after my children. I was like, man, I've been giving this institution, I've been serving my community, going to work 6 o'clock in the morning, coming back home at 9 a.m. because I wanted these children to learn how to read. Because the school that I was teaching in double level primary, when I entered that institution, it was labeled a red zone school. So if a school is given that label a red zone school, it's an underperforming school. So I made it in my heart, I committed to it, made sure when I entered my classroom, out of the 23 children, 20 children could not read, as in could not even identify letters, sound letters. And so I made a commitment that I told the Lord, before the end of the year, these 20 children who are struggling in reading, they will read. So with an under-resourced school, I had to do a lot of things, but it took that little incident of all the work that I put in. It took one sentence from a parent, "You are not fit to be a teacher." It just took that one phrase to tear my world apart. So I made the choice to stay home. But lucky, I decided, okay, I'm getting tired of staying at home and all this nonsense that's happening at home. I'll go back to school. So I made that choice. Then what to do next? What do I do next? So I can't go back to work. I can't go back and teach. I refuse to teach. And I applied for certain jobs. I did apply, but luckily I'm in a rejection. How do you even handle rejection? My gosh. And so, the more the rejection, the more the depression. But then I thought, you know what? I can't just be sitting at home with a set of skills that I'm really, really good at. In fact, I'm brilliant at it. I'm really brilliant at it. Why don't I just start a school? And so I wrote down this. I took a notebook and I wrote down my why. Why do I want to start a school? And with my answer, that I had to figure out, was it solving a problem? Was it able to solve a problem? And if I venture into this business, I didn't see it as a business, I just saw it as a ministry. If I venture into this, would people want to pay money and bring their children to it? So, after doing a lot of writing, internalizing, praying, yeah. But in my community, there was only one kindergarten, a big community. Wala ko sa health center. I saw the population count 22,000. So like 22,000 and only one kindergarten. Wow.
So
Yeah. I thought, you know what? Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Right? 22,000 and only one kindergarten said, I'm going to, you know, open this kindergarten. Yeah. And so opening this kindergarten, I had to, you know, like Miss Baleilevuka said, the cutting edge. Yeah? What is it? What service will you provide that's different from the other kindergarten? Yeah. So I had to go research online. How can I set up my kindergarten that, you know, all the parents who are sending their children to that kindergarten will come to my kindergarten? Yeah. I had to borrow money, right? I had to borrow money to ensure that, you know, it had that international standard look, my kindergarten, which it did. Right? And I'm going to thank you, Lord, please, at least just give me 10 students. 10 students. But you know, I didn't have any business training background. Nothing of that sort. I was just a plain primary school teacher. Just a plain primary school teacher. When you're a school teacher, when you work with as a civil servant, you just go to work. Your employer does everything for you. FNPF, all this nonsense, all the administrative work, they do all that for you. You just enter the classroom, teach, go back home. All the logistics behind the engine room, you have zero knowledge about. So when I was thrown into this, I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of expensive mistakes, to a point where, you know, I wanted to throw in the towel. Like, Lord, what did I put myself to? What did I bring myself to? Yeah. So from the 10 students that I prayed for, the Lord gave me 15 students. From that 15 students, at the end of the year that we started with 15, at the end of the year, we graduated 28 students on the first year. And then the second year, from the 28 students, we graduated 48 students. And then on the third year, we had graduated 68 students. So we kept going that way. So the key was consistency, right? So the service that we provided had to be consistent. The quality had to be consistent. But then COVID hit. COVID hit just as we were rising, COVID hit and came down again, you know. But I had to teach myself, you know, I had to teach myself how to use Zoom. I had to self-teach myself. I had to go online and teach myself how to use Zoom. Somebody was very generous enough to give me their Zoom account from their workplace, and I was able to conduct Zoom classes here. So when COVID hit, we went, you know, we had about 120 students during pre-COVID. So when COVID hit, we went down online, we enrolled, I think we only had 62 students. So from 120, it went down to 62 students. But, you know, because I was constantly, every day, I was constantly doing classes on Zoom. And I realized, you know, more of the students that we were getting was more from the public school than our own students. Our own Beacon Learning Center students were like, well, we're having a vacation. Don't worry, when the school opens, we'll come back again. But the public school students, the parents were really concerned. So they opted to come into my my Zoom classes and pay $25 a week for their children to attend. So after COVID and after the Zoom classes, from the 68 children that we had, it rose up to 220 children. We enrolled 220 children back to face-to-face. So now with 300 plus that we have, and so I think for my message to women is, when you go through hurdles in life, when you go through fire, go through it. You know, you need to get burned. You need to embrace the pain, embrace the hurt, because when we go through fire, we get refined. We get refined like fine wine. You know, it builds our character. It teaches us how to hustle stronger, strengthens our character, and just it really nurtures our character instead of how we used to respond to our environment, how life deals with us in a very nasty way. Instead of reacting, we know how to better respond to vile situations. And so for me, now, like never before, now when life starts getting meaner to me, I see it as, oh, the Lord has something greater. because the greater the problem, the greater the reward.
Well,
You know, yeah. So now when I go through hurdles in life, I go through it, I embrace it, instead of now I expect it to come, and because I know now that this is all part of life, it's part of growing. Yeah, and as an entrepreneur, it's absolutely critical for me to go through the fire so that I can be refined and have that inbuilt character ready for the next level, because leadership is all about character. It's not the title that makes the leader, it's the leader that makes the title.
yeah,
That's my little piece of advice. Go through the fire, ladies. Go through the
Go
fire.
through the fire.
Enable it, allow it to refine you.
Totoka saranga. Fane, I was reading one of your posts, how you were able to interact with a young woman at the supermarket. But again, doon na marama talaga na masabi na bread shop, eh. Maruta ka na numwase, na numuy Talanoa. And I think, it's very real. But
Yes.
how you change the situation, from that anger you were going through, and your frustration and your impatience. O biso taka nga na situation na numutuko na klara nung wet mata ka lang nila biso taka talaga na nung bulan lang nila. So thank you, Fane, for sharing that story, because it really touched me. Na nung na Talanoa, and thank you for that. And also for Mrs. Baleilevuka, and na point din ako nito po is the importance of your mental health. So that was really something I learned from you, from Fane, just the resilience and the determination. Toso tiko nga, kunivemo. Egi, na nomu tatandrango, dina ni siyang nilayado na kao na numa, may Australia, si tiko nga na elo mo na tomana tiko na bekango. Maramayano beta, never say never.
Sa pamamain ng kita-kita ki Dr. T, nga veo ni sabi na katoko mo yung buhay sa nang gorko talaga sa sinto ayan isa ni.
Yeah, better. What is in front of you now with your venture now? So maybe we look forward to storeke del liu. Teko mo better get the be egi to ngol be fan ng kitini o Mereseini na kasachik mo matanda to. So better, what's in store for you? And ano mo tubo betikirto ng ngone and ano mo tabanin ni bulyo sa tumanati.
Pinakayo, nangon sarangango. Dr. T, kay man debe mo subtitles ya dala chiko na nabakan diota ka nang gubasta baka Viti. Iyo, sawa warna mat sartungango kina nito na biu-biu. Nangoli manday liu. Melay lauray na vale ka angkarabi na bikamen balatan ng rutukor ni buli nangone. Nimbiaran niyo nanggay lestali may merto sanggay mengol nangone. Iyo, endo na tiki na Dr. T. Kila na theme tiko ni International Women's Day na yung bakingo.
Yes.
Accelerate action, Iyo, ando na taroy na nito podcast ni Kua. Nabitamba na dava in systemic mechanisms that need to be accelerated for for equality and equity for us women. Natiki na ungay bitamay natiki na saranga wa may pakilaka o may sarabay na nung gusasangan ko ni ngoli bakabuli. May bakawasawa-siwa titiko. Nanong scholarship kavatakiyaw nga iyo okay anda na maramatina kenda sasaraba tungo inanonda suba inanonda bikorkor bakababalangi na bikorkor banda bakabiti saya to bayani na what we call social ills do anda valuta lebuti kongo na drugs na waingangan biba kamatini taki do na tiki na bakarita kati ko mayaw egi na bibu kati ko kina bira na sa nandong nira sa tunggo itlaman ng tauni baka kinawir ng tunggo nila sa doon duriboli na bitol ni stala goy so na bika na praning basi kamay kaya baka enda siya nga nitiko batakir na lubenda mentang garabati ko na nung day tabi baka itumbo-tumbo iyo oyaw ni sa urawatan na nung scholarship mo okay ausara nila ako sangkay tiko na nung ngandre bakatina meron to na ito katalangaya sangko nga oro to na lubengko Bimbi o ratou na sangaraba na se ngandreba na bitumberi bagatina. O ratou na nangungone ratou sengone. Iya, sangga itu na ulni ba nolim go. Koe meu na rawani tala rakarawa. Na ulni ba no bakai labo. Koe tawa siki itu ti ko mena ni tu rani ngole bata baka bitinani. E baka usawa seuti. Koe awa may baka dorti kina nandora nungu kadi ni kin sole ba kina nungu bata bat. Meu merawani may sotabi kina. Nangangandre ni nungu na biya kau tira tu na lubengo. May kitu ti ko batanga. E na nungu listanga na nungu buli. Bale telebo na ngauna. Weekend na marama. Gua na bita na bimbole tumbele tikenda na marama. Nintan daw biasa sangat takatelenga. Nanonda tambana mentar rawat nanonda buli. Iyo, ninda sabal takatingo na equality. Tiko nga so na ka kena to na sanga nga kinanirani equal bat kerto na turanga. May baka na itabi ni maramatina. Yan ang laman ni bubali. Tiko nga non itabi na turanga. Tiko nga non itabi na marama. O hira na lubenda. O hira na lubenda na. O kenda nga natina na ibakandi ni kake. Iyo. Ayaw talaga, nabika talaga sa buli may kina nanonggo alay ang bakiru ay nanonggo lingaraba nanonggo buli ni masters. Yes, ando na ba so tesada ang bolang-bola chuk ko fasi kina nang gitu. Iya, ando maraw nindo off ta kina TV menda ung gitu baya Iyo, nangaw na wangoli kina maulay buli nanonggo lingaraba nanonggo masters. Awalak sar bakayawa. Kina sa baka Amerika. Asyang ni raw niyo ko tendo na lubengo ratou tu ngamay. May makawawase ti kayo nandun ng video sawati. Na rebu-rebu ni nito bitawa siya. Kito si ripeti ko ngango. Kito si ripeti ko ngango baga bitinan. Iyo. Mea senga mea kila ke baka mea toso ti ko may namaboya. Ke sombe ka vero tu na nungu lewe ni viwango. Satu sa lewe na tu na matanggali lawa-lawa ko santo libisi ko tikinayo egi. Iyo. So, nakinataro, bimekako ni leyado. Kina iba katangin-tingin dia. Kaya nabunaw nga rebo kina. May ko nga ba't kirto na lubeng. Kung napaka pinapinakasar talitangin kina baka lew sar. Kibeira na rongo na kadya. Baka nga takira na kalaw. And nonralingan ni kalaw may kibikito. May raw sar kina labo-lebo. Kamay rawa. And naboko ni kadya. Iya yan doon natikina. Nangaw na ratuare da kina na Fijistan nung Talanoa. Orto ang gabi tartar li sumay tartar sang gabi tartar mo Fijistan to boso tapi tartar mo hotels korto nanto tampan ni scholarship and anon the Viti the one and only iyo hotels orto bi tartar may o samaro sa royal nyorto sa pamadala ta kamay Miss Wanga, do you understand that we have a cost sharing agreement between this list of schools including Monash? Oh, really? So you're going to pay for my 41,000? Kaya samaraw sa rin ba yaw? Kaya because it's cost sharing, Iyo, well, sa na bital no, sanggay lay tini na bital no, Meo lay din ko mo nga, ni baby kerto sa lieti ko, nanonda matin ito, nanonda skola sibi, na baby ko nga, sa rasolyaw dito, may kwerto sa skola sibi tumabiyaw. Orto kapatakatal nabika nga orto kapatakiyaw nga nabika nga sa ofatakiyaw titi ko maya orto biya may ofatakatal ng gobiyaw orto nanonda to tambara ni skola si bebiti ambe kayo doon natikina nga meraray kina nanonda tambana ni buli tambana ni skola si tambana ni matentu kaya ba kaya cost sharing din na merato bridge the gap ortongo oir na marama ni rangole buli merato ko ni mera ngole bat tikin na bali. Napuno yan ni sema may kinamaten tu me bakay labo ta kinamay napuno lulong gatikong go. May baka na kene bagarita ngo sige bagarita ka utinggo. Iyo endo baka tara na kalo me ada na bikango ndando le reda may kina na bibano ang men na bonochiani. Iyo bala tambe ka ni sando rongole mo chuan mo sa kaya kalo durman tani kingori makulay reda lalang ka ni bono ngor kung kay kadi bagine ni berto ando ni lewa merto kay taka tin rotokin. Koyo sa wase chingani kinay kabini ko so na bika ni bibo kikina nanonda because so often we hear the underrepresentation of our women in politics in policy making in boards and in places like this but what are we doing, what is our system doing to actually support you know, the vision to see more women participating in these platforms, in these decision-making places, spaces. Iyo, sa kombe nga maybe ako Dr. Tinda kau nampak kau cakap tahu tunga kalau iru talay aku anggo bosta. Iya, musa kol man dani bikin do.
Na ko na kapalim sa raw marotak na namuto ko na maya na bosi na skola CV we have to make it relevant sa tos ko na ngono sa bibisaw elevo na itubaki bosi ngo na weka membeleti beta ni to ko na ngone na dava medaka mitokoni na nonra tiko talanga na ngone mitodo ko tiko nga na matabo bale na kapalim sa beta na numuase maya tungol sarbi egi ngayon sarbi Fane gaitinia o Mereseini na tatobi taloni ko marama tau egi na nomo ituba sa chikongoi matamuni.
Iya, inaka sa lako tiko na beba marota kersalem sama ikadi tiko ko malelang ser. Ause bartanga ause chikon dona vital nongo. Dona kau arongo da niku au veiwasei atal nga youth wasei wana symposium niku you teach a man and that'll be it. But when you teach a woman, you are teaching a generation. Amen?
That's right.
Ini.
So, nangona sarangango, au se hasel wabo kichingo, au barar takichinga wana naturangan nunggu sasanga, meu sanga nirto sasulia mayono na madawa, meu so mikina na ilabo kita kota mayo sterlia, au sasau mikina na deposit sabi mama, sanga iwo na bi mamango. So at the same time, nanonggo aba madala berto na Marama mai Australia, sember talangan yung lakomento na turang solevia we walu na stripe bag na isulu. Awasa sota ka wajitu, merangga meso libera na we kantang na ratou veiwasei onsal. Vambimbi bera na Marama. Gelem sarang na isulbina ka ni lotu So they suggested meu na may tikibutang ngayon doon na nunggu NGO because kito sabi kila itu kito sa network tu so nangona merto Waqa yaya se merto bebu kami kina misala ko ngamay NGO na o garaw because I'm still now under Aruka and Aruka has a leuna tamba narto garaw but for me winakatanga meu to focus mainly on the women and also from the previous years as ondolak chukme ngono sala ngone bobo every month even the last month no bobo bakani hiram saranga naturanga ngase ni Viti bobi ona matanda but so keri isu wair santo pile yautunga but kone na vi bulan tareda no vi mata bobo wer sama itu ngono sala and the saddest thing is ertinga na kawai tauke. So na kawa what are my plans now is trying to pay off the land and also to start an NGO. Misange watch kid, misa set kid go, then I might go back to singing. But for now, siyang sartungan don na yalo ni laser to be yaw. So yaw barab takjunga wanakalo me luto me iyo.
Kung lang ka sara ni sabto kay na lang sere.
Sa Totoka. Nakabalik sa Marama tao na nung veiwasei di ko klan ni sa doon mo lang sere. Sa nasulong gabi ko nangona, you can go now Marama tao but we wish you all the best but we will be in touch.
Sure.
If you need any support whatsoever for your farm, just let us know.
Let us know.
Iya, sabi Sara, do kalau ngatetik na Marama.
Naka.
Naka egi.
Wow, that was so inspiring. Naka egi, naka beta. Now we go to Fane, and then gitinia Mereseini.
Naka. Okay, moving forward.
Yes.
Moving forward. We have all our vision plan on our vision board. Has been written down, but I, for one, I'm a very firm believer of when you have a plan, you don't go shouting it out to the rooftop. until it's achieved. Yeah. But what I do know is the power of association. Yeah. So I've been meeting up with the right people, connecting people who've been connecting me to the right people. And so far the wheels are turning. All the desires of the school, all the desires of our parents and our students, their needs, their wants, the teachers themselves who are our greatest asset. Yeah, we have dreams for them as well. Yeah, and it's all on our vision board. And we've just been taking it to the Lord in prayer, because first of all, our school is a faith-based school. It's God-centered here. And that is a very critical component of our model, that everything is centered on Christ here. So all our vision, all our dreams, we have taken it to God, and we're just praying. And we know, we're firmly believing that by the end of this year, it's not 50%, it's 85% or 100%. All our dreams and goals will be achieved. Yeah. But so far, everything has been positively being, addressed, and doors have been opening. It's just amazing how God has been opening doors. When our path is right, because for me, the school is not a business, it's a ministry. I'm not running after money. I would never run after money. Money is not everything. Yeah, I'm a believer that we run after our passion. We run out of our passion, not money, because if you run after money, money will never be enough. We'll constantly always be running after money. So for me, it's running after my passion, because my passion is serving the future generation, the future leaders of our nation. Yeah. And then money will just follow, because money is only to be used for the service of his kingdom. It's only a tool to be used to extend his service. Yeah. It's never to do with making your pocket rich or trying to gain the whole world and then you lose your own soul. Yeah. For me, it's all about passion. And if I could make a difference with this generation, and then whoever takes over will extend it, will elongate it, and just move it to the next level, I will be proud that I sowed a seed in this lifetime, in this season. Yeah. And that's that's the dream I want to leave behind, the legacy that I would like to leave behind. Yeah.
Safari totoko makote bikan learning center totoko makote bikim ni na barong ti kumai ke bakau ni bekila na kurni bulie bingara bitu kina ka tau ya butaka o Fane na Beacon Learning Center. Tik dunum the website Fane se di chukunum the social media platform.
Yes. It's just called Beacon Learning Center.
Oh, okay. So Beacon Learning Center, bikin di na matar ti kumay totoko makauti na veiwasei kuwa binakabalem sarafali tanongal sargo Mereseini mon tini na nonda to veiwasei na nomli tuba marameano sa ti kungoy matamni.
Binabalevu Dr. T, binabalevu talaga bikim doon na Marama. Very inspiring as an educator. I salute you, Fane. I'm very proud of your achievement and what you have, the normal vision for the future generation. Binakabakalevu na sasanga. Education is so important for our young people. Binakabe kombeta and sasanga, and it's so important taking your children with you. I think it's the best decision that you've made, and the I look forward to the day that I will see you and your children off in Nandi. Pagkakinawakango o egi din ni samay tataw na kabiniku o binakatiko na yalo ni sasanga. Doing on the susudak but we all have a vision, we all have a passion that we pursue. We are 61-year-old, going on to 62 this year. What do I have for the future? When I was having garabtikin ng gondo na kanan ng gungan reba mo be bakaramataki so be bakandita kitu ngabir na nonda ersati ko ng business ngo so much so that in May we are planning to all meet together as business owners here in Suva. We've reached out to the Deputy Prime Minister and my launch takan mata ni together and grow as business owners on the online space. Suba Lebo bira na nito business owners or business partners, they still work full time. So they do this as side hustles. So at a stay-at-home mom, so they do this from the comfort of their homes. So we keto tanga keto na grandmompreneurs keto sapu, and we are cheering them on. Kila, for me, moving forward in this business is to encourage our people that this is a smarter way of earning money. We may not all be able to run traditional businesses. This business to me is something that we can pursue. Baleta na mentorship program ito ko na business go. When you come on board, you will never be alone. I know how difficult it is to start a traditional business without the anything in black and white. I can imagine the challenges that Fane went through because I had the same experience when I started Freebird Institute in Nandi, in 2005. Kila being a school teacher, mabakata ki Fane sa nga out from the school, just a straight civil servant. Kila anda sini kila kada nakakad ndar sama kila tungo Fane, FNPF, tax, all these things, renewing of license, kakada.
That's right. Compliances. Oh my gosh.
Compliances, you have to comply, and we thank God, the Bible minagtak na kalo, ni bakaraw takyan damay, and andon iba bakaraw, and now that we can see what we are doing, we can give back to our people. So to me, for me, moving forward is giving back to our people, not only to the women. I look at my business now. I have about 70 business partners. 22 of them are actually active now. So I am looking at supporting the other 50, and majority of them are women. And I have a young entrepreneur, and I'm also encouraging young people to teach them that nothing is impossible. He is the key.
Many.
London nga na key ni nonda bula. And to me, service to our people is service to God. Kila na nonda yalo ni Wingarabi, kina nonda velo maniti ko baka kauta mata tamsa kayani imbimbi and tegu me Jerusalemi and angay tetayani merani the impact takira erangan rebotu na nonda bibuke. So if you are running a traditional business, do the best that you can. Be consistent. That's the key. Na key na consistency. Kaya o ni consistent, people don't trust you. People don't believe you. Because you are not consistent. Nandina going to anaka and the malumukina. But let's not admit it. Let's not talk about that we are not good enough to be successful in our life here on earth. But God has given us. We all have a seed that God has planted in us. And only you have to trust God, believe in yourself. I always believe you believe in yourself and trust God. But He has it all for you. All you have to do is catch it with both hands. And you will achieve your goals. What will profit a man if he wins the whole world but loses his soul? That is our number one priority. One day will end, but we all must earn a place there in heaven. Dr. T. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Dr. T. Koyo beker kere okela ni asando do me chini keta to komisas Baleilevuka na kaya biniko. Obia Talanoa ketu liutuli ketu sige bito kanitinga na bidanga na singa saut che. Veiwasei wala nga na singa ya awasa bakarita ka ti ver todo ko na Marama. Aliti ko barbecue queen may bambasinga. Siang, Marama, the success story of others kind of makes you feel intimidated or feel less successful or feel, like you are not, you're not worthy or mesona matanggali wikaba and do bakila, and don't reki na nanondola mandola, menda veiwasei, ka santagai do raiti ko ngama yana rai ni bingati. Nakina ibarite ko kito matantaka na singa tu city iyo monichi kera ulay sota ke barbecue queen kera wa queen kanakumbo ye kera wa queen ni kanakumbo lobo queen ni suba ko barbecue queen may lauto lambasa ya ni kera ulay sota kera wa queen ni kanakumbo shout ko lobo queen balata ni nani raw ka and we are fine with that, we acknowledge that. Sehingga mata ini wero sele kana ke barbecue queen sehingga betor makuha na pause o kaya marura na pause lilengor ambole nongo biketar shout ko yaw iya och mayro kana ya kero breakfast o kasar kino o lunch meeting wat ke Fane iya kelai Fane talinga o kasar okay tar sala ka bat seren kay ka tarusan la ko Fane ko Fane sando talno renge baglay lekidake kay sanandola na pausi ketar marrater paus lila iyo sawo chawe to so tabat ke Fane we kila dando so tando we Talanoa, what were the strengths, what were the weaknesses, that was on the challenges she was sharing, the challenges she was going through kero sangi bibal ngangataki keep at it, consistency so nangauna na bangori so nangauna na binaksara business iba ka ngasi wai so ngauna na binaksara so ngauna slexar so ngauna katana lusimanda sana kay tos talo chuko ito sang iyo kero sala ko Fane ke Fane sa shout Chico sa kasar gino oche dete letter sota kena vete da kital wale like kay korsa korto digital korto tao kita biray manda korto sa buka kay mada waslin kero sala katal kero le sota bat kay Mrs. Baleilevuka sala bala tale maya abang madala Mrs. Baleilevuka ukila kero sa ta dorro sartu na abang madala sa bala may kila ni Marama kas ni buli iyo beso sartu nga wero mo na roro queen ni kanakumbaw iya keto kana ya sa shout tal nga kino Mrs. Baleilevuka nakanga ubia wasetu kino Talanoa for us women to just appreciate each other wherever you are in life sinkin imbalimbali that this one here you feel that she is more successful than you mosala ko lika si chikoya olay si chingor imbalete ni ka ngor ka rawana business na ka rawana ka balete ba karita katiko endo nalala ni bullet tiko kina na bika ba no ela ko tiko mikine kenda to samara malutu ba Kristo to doko kento sa kilab na ka le so bikenda da bangga sa kana bolo tampo bay ne ba tika bugi ne ba tagla right sesang chungani rawi kenda to menda to dambe bata ba Marama to Talanoa taka so yo segitu ya bucu nunggu bisnis so sesang sarungani rawatan na solia o sesang sarungani ka yo kenta na sa mbau kato ka okay bimbi na matupo vale bimbi na ka menda bitaray da kitiko tambor nota na liang ni kwango dabuki kwango na bibono sa sasanga da kitiko may kina ono da boy korentambi ko da kin kabule menda sa ambito lebiti ko ni naray ni o kenda me ratiko na Marama Koya me saba kausarti koya ni me kuita ki koya ni na me saba kausarti nga ni me la koya ni me awasarian menda sate ko menda bulata kamay menda tiko kala so ngona oi ko na ba kelatiko this one here is not comfortable in my presence oi ko sanangay raw ni sangayan endo na ngoni sala mo muriani me raw ni make her feel like okay mesanga iteke bu metandola mai kini bikenta bobambo teni ke bakanda dingo ma wala ngana bonu anda tiko kina da dingo ma no I have a different story I am where I am meant to be at this point in time but I can learn from her she is more successful than me I can learn from her kila kem kawala nga menda wiso ta kawala nga mendaray na matanggal rebaya we are going to be women empowering other women we are going to be women supporting other women and ang alaltal nga kinaya londa takot kau teleba loma kubu gena loma va gena ka ngalala loma balata ningaw ko na bibu ke kina I'm sure you can try it out when iyo
Amen.
ndo na nunggu friend atarunya itu mai klan tangan ko how you respond to negative comments
Mm.
okay I act out the opposite of what I feel you read the book kila
Mm.
that was how I started anyway you read the book yang dua kami tumbuh may longwa jealousy
Yeah.
we must admit this these are natural emotions that come up at this time tumbuh may bagalay alo ni bubu Buna, dami sa reker, tayo patagi na sa rin, congratulations, I'm happy for you, you profess what you, nisa ko tabaka nga may maya, baka di mo itami resan lutuki ko. Kuko tal nga may san kandua, bitali sar ke baka andro siya nga nindo bimaluay binak. Niko sa tiga buna yan yung iko na ito bikalaw ni binaka, mo baka binaka taga na biyo kanya. So, para makasarching nga niya na sala. Oye, so nga Dr. Tio, doon na naman tal, dewa doon mo di ko nisko yaw. Sampai di pa laksar nga ni ubunaw yan Ay,
Iya.
iya, malo bagalebsar
Baka
Totoka
na nung
bagalebsar,
sa
baka
mga nang kamaya beta o biya wasya nga balilay na wasa nga na consistency o nito ta langon sa dak chiki na nabulilo iyo ono tumina mo sir to well chiki to singkila chiki to na dil ni lob kron to nakama chiki beta yang ono sembulu chiki no tamango sanga do levisi ko chiki kombeta ve no guta to na kana no marotak ondo sanga sare tambo chiki singa yambe to re chiki libno kemro tamba
yes,
kita
iya.
era papasi ko chiki meda nunggu telo undara kana nunggu lulubu o babi ni vina kasarga kini vi kombeta ga indola bosa da buto labo tu no ko indola ka ureve vi Elisabeta tau na uda dil na singa lamba la dangi e daka ngana lo so I just wanted to say that the power of consistency kona kana meda kana no musol sole bekia e se gni da yada bakadalka because people see and they trust your brand and that's something I just wanted to say. And then reflecting on Fane with her school in the Nomu Beacon Learning Center, Fane, I'm just so amazed from how it grew from 2017 to now. And I know it's going to get better and bigger and just amazing. And especially for your special space for your Shining Star Center. Level for considering our young ones wasibirle tumbu era sanga tuni klamra kotibe na luven right and when they have people like you Fani me baro takandona bono mer la ko dikina san don dina na bula bagdem wera na tumbu so on behalf of all of them malo bagalem sarfani and for Mrs. Baleilevuka kalau ngata na num to sasanga na num dom boss na borongol tuk manabulo chuneon sa mamadal takamaya totoka bakawoti na num do wingarabi and the other you can Mona Liba will be here to support you and cheer you on. Pinakamalib sa rabikim to na marama na baka binibin na kala ko tumingko na Mona Liba siya kanila karaw. Ako ito nga ko kerker. Lebu chuk rataro ti kumay. Ako kere ke mundo nga mundo kay walikina do kay somo na non rataro yung waliti kumay. Iya. Ako sa baka malo sa rabikim to na marama kalungat na lang to sa sanga. Ako sana baka mo dito kayanin ko.
Usara de chugo na baka binibinaka kapala chumay. Kanto doon magkatundo ang ayaw kay saro chawa. Kaya bakit tuto sa tali mero ayaw sa parong ay dang atu sanantay sa malo baka lev kum doon maram, malo baka lev sar ko kim tali na siya machumay. Dagay siya mataliki ka ng tali na ngauna, sa baka mo diti kay neta dirua.
Muito de rua, moda da Cassi, moda Fane, moda Suva, moda Mereseini. Aka, do moda. Sa Totoka bako TV. Kim ni kada na vio kanyo ni siya matikumay. Katali na no to ngole mai na Marama Sureti to ngole mai o Elisabeta Waqa Mereseini Baleilevuka o Fane bakatalanga kina ve Akanisi Vakaloloma mai o maro taka bakalevu na no to ngole mai na vivakani me keto me veiwasei na no muni baka binibina kamai na vivakani na vese burubura keto maro taka bakalevu keto nuitaka ni na veka keto wasea i vata-vatango tarai ke muni andundua na wuli kina we kaleleo we kalalai ke to se ke to wuli talanga ke to mali o matanga we talanoa na bongi benang ko benang valeu na no muni vito ko ni mai me manga katoa we kendra marama na mada ko wako sibir singa bakaruai kena maro tekitiko na singa ni marama na International Women's Day. Au sa loloma sa rteni bakalewi ke mni kede dibo no kenga ni siama tiko mikina na iloloma vire au tiko yani mbaravi me California me Amerika ni mweta komani.